Hey everyone, welcome back to LightHearted. I'm Britton.
And I'm Rachel. Today should be a fun one, but before we get into that, be sure to download each episode. It really helps the podcast reach more people. All right, so how many times a day do you say, I'm fine, or I'm good, or I'm okay, or the classic, living the dream? And most of the time, that's not exactly true, because I'm fine has kind of become sort of a emotional placeholder.
It's definitely what we say when we don't want to explain everything that's going on in our lives. Today we want to talk about the weight of that phrase because sometimes I'm fine protects our boundaries, but sometimes it hides what we actually need.
Okay, so let's be honest. Most of the time we don't say I'm fine because we're fine. We say it because it's easier.
Yeah, it's socially efficient. There's actually research, because scientists are always hard at work. It shows that people use emotional shorthand in conversations because we're constantly making quick decisions. We talked about how many decisions we make, about how much vulnerability a situation can handle.
That makes so much sense. Like when someone would say, "How are you?" at the grocery store checkout. They're not really expecting some deep, drawn-out answer. Sometimes I'm fine just means this is not the place for me to tell this person my whole life story. And it's really good to be able to decide when to share and when to not share.
But there's another side to this too. Sometimes I'm fine becomes a wall. And the problem is when we start saying it so often that we don't let anyone see the real version of us anymore. There's some psychology behind this too that I love. I'm also positive this will not shock a single person listening right now. When people consistently suppress emotions, they experience higher stress levels and lower relationship satisfaction. That should not shock any single person. Like, life is harder when you're just suppressing everything.
That's right, because connection requires honesty, even if it's just small honesty. So if nobody knows when you're struggling, nobody's going to know when to be there to help you.
Okay, do you think we say I'm fine more because we are just like trying to be really strong and make it through the thing, or because we don't want to feel like a burden?
Ooh. I think for me it's I don't want to feel like a burden. But I feel like it's both.
Probably like different.
Depends on the day, depends on
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think it's a little bit of both. Do you feel like you more lean towards like you don't want to be a burden?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's sad that people feel like that though.
You know what it is? It depends on who I'm talking to. Sometimes I want to appear very strong. I want to feel very strong. But then there's people that I just don't want to burden with my problems because I know they have so many problems of their own or they're dealing with a lot of other things. So you just want to like, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. Thanks. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, I want to open up so bad, but I also don't want to burden you with any more than, you know?
Yeah.
So.
No, I think that's probably pretty realistic for most people.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. But the fact that you can read the room too, though.
Yeah.
Because I will say sometimes, like, I think, like, depending on your relationship, it's like no matter what's going on in my life, like, I want to hear what's going on in your life, even if it's hard.
That's true.
But then it's like you do have relationships where you're like,
yeah.
Like, you have a lot going on right now, so I'm just going to work quietly over here. Mm-hmm. Okay, why do you think it's so hard to admit when we're struggling? And maybe not to like the specific people where it's like, I tell you everything.
Right.
I think back to like anytime I've gone through something hard, like anybody that I tell about it, they've just been like, oh, you're so strong. And we've talked about this, and like, I don't think it's a negative thing to like comment on someone's strength, like at all, but I think it kind of put this pressure on me to be like, but I'm strong, but I'm strong, but I'm strong. Like, I can do it because I'm strong. And so then it's like, that's not something that people would compliment, is like, wow, you showed weakness. Congratulations.
I think that makes total sense too. Because like, even if those people weren't putting the pressure on you, you were kind of like just taking what they said and putting that pressure on yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like they meant it as a compliment.
Right.
It was a nice thing.
It was a nice thing. But sometimes we interpret things differently than what people mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
We think it's important to note here that even though you should absolutely share your true feelings, not every single "how are you today" is an invitation to unpack all your feelings.
Your barista probably doesn't need to hear your entire life story while they're just trying to steam some milk.
Yeah.
They don't need that.
Yep.
Emotional honesty is a really good thing and like is a very powerful tool, but emotional awareness matters so much too. There's a concept called contextual vulnerability, which is exactly what we're talking about. The right level of openness for the right environment.
Right.
Yeah. I feel very passionate about this topic because I have just joked for my entire life that I just have one of those faces. And literally, like, I will be at the grocery store.
You do.
And I will just, like, someone will be like, let me tell you about the traumatic life event from when I was 7 years old. And I'm like, my goodness, what a life you've lived. I don't know how to respond.
I don't know. Why are you telling me this?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm just trying to, like, buy groceries for my family. But this happens all the time. Like, in every checkout line ever, in every coffee shop ever, I learn things about people.
It's really funny, but she's not wrong. She does have that face. Because, like, even when I got to know her, of course I didn't do it on, like, the first day. Because that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
we
like,
took time.
We did. But, like, within a couple of months, I was sharing things with her that I didn't share with hardly anyone in my life. And I was like, that was a little weird. Why'd I do that?
My whole life.
My friends all agree, though. They're like, you do. You have that face. I've literally gotten in the car with people that I've brought to your house, and they're like, I feel bad. Why did I just dump my entire life story on that woman? I'm like, I don't know, because she just is.
It's okay. I've learned to love it. I think, like, for several years, I was like,
what's happening?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. It's really fun because I feel like I get to know people like very deeply, very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's been very fun since I've learned to look at it as a fun thing. But yeah, don't do that to your barista. Don't do it to the person checking you out at the grocery store.
No.
They really don't need that.
No, they're really not looking for your life story. They're just trying to make conversation and not be awkward while they're bringing up your eggs. Yeah. So I think something good to talk about. Do you think that we've lost some social awareness around emotional sharing? And if so, why is that?
I feel a little bit mixed about it because I definitely think like generations before us, like, I don't know, everyone would just talk your ear off.
Yeah.
Everyone knew what was going on with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't think there was actual like emotional sharing. I think it was just
really
like
wasn't. Kind of
like, here's my dump of crap going on in my life.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like it's funny because I feel like the generations before us were more, like you said, they knew a lot about everyone in town. Like it was more quote unquote open, but not really. It was a fake open, like a surface level.
Yes.
Like we weren't really sharing our deep, intimate, emotional struggles.
No. So I definitely think we've lost social awareness around like what's appropriate to share in the checkout line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because like I've definitely heard some things that I'm like, oh, we're sharing that here now with everybody. Like, okay.
It's so funny when you're in a public setting and someone is sharing just who knows what.
Yeah. So I think in some ways, yes, in some ways, no. I definitely think like we talk about social media all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like we have very intimate looks at other people's lives now.
Yep.
Like we get to know everything that's going on. We see the insides of their houses. We see, you know, them getting their kids ready for school. Like we see all of these really like
intimate details,
intimate moments of their life. Yeah. And so I think people just share more.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So how do you personally decide who is going to get an honest answer? Because I know you're not just at like a coffee shop being like, thank you, barista, let me tell you everything. Because I've been places with you and you're very selective. So how do you decide like who's going to get your actual answer?
If I don't know the person, they're not going to get my actual answer. Like if I don't know
that is a good rule of thumb.
If I barely know your first name, you're definitely not going to know. Even if I do know your first name and you're not within my inner circle, I have a very selective circle. You know this.
Yes.
I'm very picky with my circle, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
And even with the circle, sometimes I'll choose not to go into detail. I don't know, like people can disagree, but I feel like I've gotten pretty good at reading where I'm at and what's going on, or what's going on in the other person's life, when I should share and when I shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's not saying I'm lying, because I've tried really hard at being like, say I'm really having a bad day and a lot's going on, and someone asks me, how are you today? I'm not going to look at them and say I'm good. Sometimes that just happens, even if you're not trying to. Sometimes we're just not aware.
Yeah. Or you just don't want to talk about it.
Or you just don't want to talk about it. I just try and be like, I woke up this morning, still alive. And I know that sounds really sarcastic, but
it's like your level of honesty that you can give at that moment.
Right. And if then they're like, oh, what's going on? Then that's a sign to me that they actually do want to know.
Yeah.
And if I still don't want to go into it, like, it's just one of those days. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
like, it'll be okay.
Usually I'm a ask me twice type of person, and that's how I know when to share.
Yeah.
But like I said, if I don't want to share, just one of those days.
Yeah.
But if you say, oh, I'm not doing well, and they say, yeah, it's that time of year or something, like, oh, they just surface level. They know I'm having a rough day. That's all they need to know. That's all they want to know. Let's keep rolling on. So,
and that's okay.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, because it's like maybe they're not at a spot to like hear someone else's trauma, and that's okay. And I think that's totally kind of like our whole point of today is like giving people the option to opt out.
Yep.
Which I like, you are good at that, where you're like, okay, like, would you really like to know how I'm feeling?
Would you really like to
do
know?
We really want to get into this right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's like, it's a superpower that is becoming less and less available to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think for me, I have like tiers of people where it's like, okay, like you are kind of in this tier. I don't like actually rank people. Okay. Let me like be really clear.
It's not like who you like most. No.
I'm like, I don't like keep a list of like, well, that person's no longer in this circle. They're in this one. It's
you
like very Mean Girls. Yeah, like
yeah.
You lost access. But it's just like, my brain is kind of like, okay, like you're the people I can always tell things to, no matter what's going on in your life or my life. Like, you're gonna want to hear it.
Yep.
And then I have like the like more than acquaintances, but like where it's like we're friends and you want to hear some of the things, and like I want to hear some of the things from your life, but not like every fine detail that you think. Yeah. And then it goes up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like probably everyone has that.
I think so too.
Quote unquote list. It's not a list, but
their list. Yeah, where it's like, okay, the person checking you out at the grocery store, unless they are your lifelong friend, also that's not the time or the place still, but like,
yeah.
Like they're probably not going to fall into that like inner circle, like,
yeah.
Like, let me stop and tell you everything. It's interesting.
Okay, so I have a question. If how are you has become automatic, how do we ask questions that invite real answers? Because sometimes people want to be honest, but they need like a more in-depth doorway to get there than just like, how are you?
Yeah. I love that. That's a really good question. Okay, recently, I got a text from a friend that was just like, tell me something good that's happening in your life right now.
Oh.
And I was like, I kind of like that because it was very like pointed and very like, I would like to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I liked that because it wasn't just like, hey, how are you? It was like, hey, I need you to take care of this thing. And like, what's been something good going on in your life? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I kind of love that because it's not just like, we're done, like conversation's over, move on.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like it's so hard as the person asking questions too, though, because it's like to come up with stuff, and
because then we don't want to feel like invasive either. Like,
no, like you're forced to answer this question. Yeah,
where it's like, Rachel, tell me the things that keep you up at night. Let's get into it. Like,
you want to know something though?
That's wild.
It's funny because so in middle school and high school, I would want to share with friends or mentors or whatever, but I was not good at it. I'm not going to sit down with a friend needing to tell her this huge thing and she's going to be like, okay, so what's going on? And I'm just going to go, here you go. And just vomit words at her. That's just not how I was. Mm-hmm. And some people are like that, and that's fine. So she came up with, we're going to play Candor, which is like just being honest. And you have to answer the questions honestly. And so she would start asking pointed questions. That's how we would get where we're going. How did this happen? How are you feeling today? what affected that, like very pointed questions to get where we're going. Because I'm not just gonna, like I said, throw up a bunch of words at you. And so I learned that even into adulthood, it's kind of frustrating. I kind of hate it. But even if I was having any sort of counseling, like, you're just gonna have to ask me pointed questions. I am not gonna sit down with you and just chatter away. That's just not who I am.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is frustrating at some point, especially in adulthood, when they're like, okay, so tell me what's going on, and I can't just do that.
It's like you would love to be able to just be like, here's everything I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it.
Nope, like, you're gonna have to ask me questions, and that's just how it is. Which the people that know me well enough, like, they just know that, so
yeah,
we're able to get where we're going a little bit faster. But
well, it sounds like you've come a long way too from like where you started with that.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, now I want to answer this question and I want to talk about it. I just
Right.
need some help getting there.
right, yeah,
Yeah, I love that. Like, we should all play Candor.
we should all play.
Should we do that? I think if you can just gamify everything, it's really
The
helpful.
deepest conversations I've ever had are when we're just like trying to be honest, usually in the car.
Yeah.
So,
Car honesty.
have we talked about this?
I think it's worth
We have talked
mentioning
about
again.
this, but I don't know if we've talked about it
have.
on the podcast. So if you need to have a deep conversation with someone, get in the car,
Yeah.
go for a ride.
Because then we talked about it, like, you're on even footing. Like, if you're like driver passenger, it's like there's not someone in front of the other. You're not facing each other. Like, you can't even look at each other. You're just driving
so
together.
I want you guys to think to yourself, like, have you had like deep conversations in the car? That's usually where they happen.
I love it.
It's because you're not looking at each other. It's so intimidating to have a deep conversation just like staring at the other person. So
Yes.
get in the car. Also, then you don't have the opportunity to run away. So there's that.
That's true. I feel like my dad like weaponized that, but in a good way. Okay. But it was like, as a teenager, he'd be like, let's just go for a drive. And I'd be like, oh no, what are we going to talk about? Like, what does he need to say? But it was nice because it was like, it didn't feel like scary or anything. It was just like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to like, let's see what this is going to turn into. But like, so
Yeah.
if you're a parent and you need like an easy way to talk to your kids, like, just go for a drive, go get like ice cream or something and like sit in the car. It's the best.
Don't trap them into a conversation they don't want to have or they're not ready to have.
Yeah. But if it's like something that needs to be talked about,
Yeah,
like,
with your kids, that's
yeah, like, go get in the car. We've talked about that often because it makes such a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What are some other things that have invited good conversation for you? It's like playing Candor, asking pointed questions.
And I already mentioned this, but like, if you're going to start out with, how are you doing today? And I say, I don't know, even if I say, oh, I'm fine, or I'm doing okay, then backing that up with like, how are you actually doing with like in here, like in your heart, like, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Or just like,
hey, you seem a little bit down today. Like, you don't seem like yourself today.
how's your week been? Like, something more pointed, even though it's still abroad. Like, maybe not like, oh, how are you doing? Like, how has your day gone today? Like,
Yeah.
even though that's still a broad question, it's a little more pointed to be able to be like, oh, today has been a little rough, you know? So,
Yeah. Like, it feels like they're inviting more conversation anyway.
yeah,
It's not
like I
just
said, like the
"Hi."
2-step question for
Yeah.
me to actually open up,
I like that.
which I hate putting that on the internet now. It's fine.
Everyone knows now.
Everyone
if you
knows
have something you need to ask Rachel, you have to do it 2 times.
It's so hard because, like, even if I want to open up about something or I have a question to ask, I am not the person that's just going to walk up to someone and be like, hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before. Like, that takes a lot out of me. And it usually takes me like 80 times walking past the person before I can actually ask the question. And it's so frustrating. But I would just rather the person be like, do you need to talk about anything?
What's going on?
How you doing? You know? And there's certain people in my life that if they're going to walk up to me and be like, do you need to talk about something? I'm going to be like, get away from me. Why are you asking me that? But then there's other people where I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. You're like,
for
I do.
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, no matter what circumstance I'm in, there's certain people that like, they could ask that any day. Like, any day, anytime. Like, please ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah, I agree that it's like very specific people too, where I'm like, if you ask me, like, I will tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I think for all the other people, I'm like, I am good. Thank you so much.
Doing great.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So it's okay to ask. I also think like, okay, it's weird because we have like very intimate relationships with everybody now, but then it's like, we also don't want to be too like invasive.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's like learning how to kind of ride that line a little bit where it's like, it's okay to ask more questions. Like, it's totally okay.
Yeah.
And like the person still can like opt out of answering you. But like, it's all right to be like, oh, really? Like, you don't need to be like, oh, they said they're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you remember like what the question was that like made you feel safe enough to open up? Or like how it was phrased or anything like that where it was like, man, that just gave me permission.
It's so funny that like different phrases, even though they mean the same thing, can just like switch something in your brain to be like, oh, they really want to know. I feel like, so what's going on is the one that like,
that's a good one.
and it's the tone of how it's asked. Okay, so if you're gonna walk up to me and be like, what's going on? That's like whatever. But like, I feel like you can just tell, especially when you know the person, when they're like, so what's going on? You know what I mean? Like the tone shift.
It feels very like parent who cares about you.
Yeah.
It's like, just talk to me.
Just
what's happening?
Oh, that just
You're like, yeah. Oh no.
I didn't like that.
Oh no. You're like, ah.
That's funny. I didn't even like think about that, but that's one of the big ones.
No way.
Whoa. Okay, so I guess I'm thinking back to a very specific conversation at this very moment, and it started with like, so what's going on? Like in a deep thing. And then it was me just like blank staring, because even though like I needed to talk about what was going on and this was a safe environment, again, I'm not good at finding the words to speak. And then so we sat there for a while, and then it was like, just talk to me.
Oh no.
That's really what it was.
You're like, ah.
That like triggered my brain.
Oh no.
That's funny. No, but it really was like, just talk to me.
Yeah. It's like, I'm here, I care. Like, let's talk.
Yeah, and like, if I don't want to talk about it, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I get you want to know. I get you want to help. I don't want to talk about it right now.
Yeah.
And I'll shut it down. So like, just ask. Like, if I don't want to tell you, I'll shut it down. But
And I think most people operate under that, right? Like, if our brains, like, their job is to keep us safe.
Yep.
Like, if there's not something that like we want everybody to know, then typically we'll be the ones to shut it down and be like, yeah, no, I'm not answering that right now. Like, I'm not ready to talk about that. I'm not ready to tackle that hurdle yet. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great.
That's so funny.
That's funny.
That, like,
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Like, launched you back.
I was like, where am I? No, that's funny.
I saw you time travel.
You did, didn't you? You know what's
like,
funny is that conversation happened in a car.
Oh, cars are the best. Cars are the best.
They really
oh my
are.
gosh, that's funny.
That is funny. No, that's good.
That's really
just
good.
talk to me.
Yeah. Because then it's like, I am like blatantly asking you
Yep.
for information. Like, it's like, I want to know what's going on. It's not just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Oh, what's new with you?
Here's my rule though. If someone shuts it down, I do not want to talk about this. Stop.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like adults. Again, if it's a child parent situation, that might be different. And by child parent, I don't mean if you have an adult child. I mean like,
Yeah. Like, you have a 12-year-old who's struggling with
right,
something.
that's different.
Yes.
Even if it's like an adult parent relationship, if they say, I can see you're concerned, I don't want to talk about this, like, leave it alone.
Yeah. I do think even with like younger kids too, though.
Oh, yeah.
Like 12-year-olds, I'm like, I think about how much trust it would have built with like the person asking me if they would have just been like, hey, when you're ready to talk about this, like, I want you to know that I want to hear all of it.
Yeah.
Like, I see you're struggling right now. I see that you do not want to talk about this. That would have built so much trust. And then when I was finally ready to talk about whatever it was, then I would have been like, okay, this person made me feel safe about this.
Yeah. And I think that there's a time and a place for quote unquote forced conversations.
Yes. And like pushing and
I was going to say, I can think back. I definitely had conversations I did not want to have.
Yeah.
But they needed to happen. And as an adult now, I'm like, okay.
Like, thank goodness.
Thank goodness they just like made me have this conversation.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I never would have came to the point where I was ready to talk about it because I did not want to talk about it. So back to adult conversations. Like, if they say, thank you for caring, please stop talking to me, which is, by the way, a good response.
Mm-hmm. Like, please don't ask about that.
Please don't ask about it. I do not want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. Don't be pushy.
Yeah.
Because I have had that happen. And like, I'm just going to be honest. God bless my mom. I love her so much. She knows how much I love her. I know she's listening. She listens to every episode. I can think back to a very specific conversation, and it hurts my heart because I know how deeply she just wanted to fix it. I understand.
She just wants to help.
From her, a mother's perspective, she wanted to help. She wanted to fix it. But I knew, at this point, I was an adult. You cannot fix it. Also, I'm seeking help elsewhere. Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm just laying in bed and not getting up and I'm not getting help. I think that would have been different.
Yeah.
But I was trying to fix it and work on it. And I knew that her knowing wasn't going to help me in that scenario. If anything, it was probably going to frustrate me more when certain things happen. I know that's very vague, but
yeah,
I was like, stop asking, leave it alone, because I don't want to talk about it. You don't need to know. I'm getting help elsewhere. And I think she finally came to that where she was like, I'm glad you're talking to someone, even if it's not me. And I know that hurt her because she wanted to be the one to help.
Of course. I think that's a tough reality for probably a lot of moms.
Oh, I'm sure.
Being but I'm not the one that can fix this. But I think that is the reality. Is there are things that you have to handle with other people, mm-hmm. and that's okay. There are other avenues that will help you more,
right?
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hard though.
It's just sad.
Yeah.
Since we're working on finding better questions to ask, why stop there? I think we should also find some good swaps for I'm fine or I'm okay that feel more honest without needing to share everything. Because it's not bad to clue people in when you're hurting or you're angry or stressed, etc. So let's find some good swaps for that.
Instead of I'm fine or I'm okay, I still like to keep it vague. I'm not really today's been a really hard day. Yeah. Let me tell you about it. If you ask me enough questions, I'll answer you. I like to keep it vague a lot. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just be you know what? It has been a week.
Yep.
It has been a bit of a week, but it'll be okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's when I use the I'm alive.
Yeah. You're I'm here.
Which really makes it sound dramatic. I'm really struggling, but I mean it in a serious way.
Yeah.
I'm alive. Things could be worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think if you want to be more pointed, a really good one is to just name it and be honestly, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed today.
Yep. Love that.
That's it.
It's still vague enough.
Yeah.
Where it's cluing people into what emotion you're feeling without why you're feeling the emotion.
Yeah. You're not trauma dumping. You're not having someone else carry a burden with you. It's just today's a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
We're getting there though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think a good one is I've had better days.
Yeah.
I'm okay, but I've had better days.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Some very, very extra light versions of this. Because sometimes you really, truly don't want to get into it. But, if you're I'm great or I'm living the dream, that feels like a lie sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And, I don't like feeling like I'm just walking around lying. I really oh, you know what? I'm really busy, but I'm good. Mm-hmm. Life is keeping me busy.
Yep. I think one that I use a lot is today's a work in progress.
It's happening.
We're putting one foot in front of the other, We're making it work.
Yeah. I really love all of these because they're super honest without forcing a full conversation.
Right.
You're not well, today's terrible. Let me tell you why. I'm so glad you asked. Okay. They leave room for connection from other people without oversharing.
Yep.
So I like when we still give people the option to not participate in our drama. Do you think people appreciate honesty more than we think they will?
I feel it's a very open question.
Yeah.
I feel it depends on the person.
Yeah.
But I think yes. Overall, I would say yes.
Yeah. I think, okay, I'm going to sound really judgy for 5 seconds.
Do it.
I think when when I'm talking to people and it's someone I see very frequently, if I see you every day, and every day is a tough day. Every day is okay. Every day. That's when I'm kind of okay. I think I'm done asking more and more and more questions.
Yeah.
If every day is hard. But if it's the person who's usually they're doing okay. They're making it through life. They have busy days. They have stressful days.
Yep.
But they're not always being it's fine. I'm putting one foot in front of the other. I'm
Eeyore.
What's happening? Yeah, very Eeyore where I'm okay, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's going to be seasons of that for sure.
1,000,000%.
But yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But I think if it's that is your baseline is just
all the time.
You're okay. I'm kind of okay, well, good luck with that. Like, I'm so sorry that you're still going through whatever it is.
Right.
Like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
Maybe that's me. I need to work on my compassion and like my empathy in that.
I think we could all work on that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think there are people who, I think this is a big one, when they always are, I'm just having one of those days. It's a hard day. And that can be true. I'm not saying it's not true.
Yeah.
But they're always focused on, I'm having a hard day, pouring out all these facts at you, but are never turning around to ask you how you're doing.
Yes.
They're very self-focused. They're not really worried about what's going on around them. They want to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Because we all have tough months. Like, I've been there. I totally get that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, I think after the 20th time I've asked you this, if you're still okay, you're still having a tough time, I'm like, okay, like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. This is going to sound very harsh. Again, we all need to work on compassion a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I'm being honest. Like, okay, I've talked about this before. I really work on trying to talk to people, but also listen and not relate. Listen without relating.
Yeah.
Because I really like to relate to things, and I think that there's a time and a place for it, but there's also a time and a place for just listening and not bringing yourself up.
That's so good.
When it comes to other people who always talk about themselves and how hard their life has been, and they are never concerned about anyone else, they don't have access to my life. Or at least
I love that.
Deep conversation. I'm not saying like, I'm never going to speak to you again, or I'm never going to look at you again, but
it's like they've had no vested interest.
You don't have access to my inner circle.
Yeah.
When all you're bringing to my circle is weighing things down.
Constantly.
Constantly.
We're not talking about like if you're having a bad month, it's been a tough year, your family's facing medical things. Like,
that's different.
That's different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
But when it's just constantly, you're not going to get access to my circle.
That's so good.
Sorry.
I think that's really I think that's a good boundary to have is like, okay, like everyone's allowed to have tough times.
Yeah.
But like if the vibe you're bringing is just like you're a downer all the time.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to probably lose my ever-loving mind, and it's not going to be good for either of us. So
like we don't need that.
We don't need that.
Yeah. We've talked about like a lot of different phrases and a lot of things and a lot of I don't know, situations. Is there kind of like your go-to phrase that you prefer to replace I'm fine with? So if you're trying to go for honesty,
I'm not doing well,
and you're like not in a good place, you're having a tough time, what would be like your go-to phrase?
I got out of bed this morning.
I'm here.
I'm alive.
Yeah. I have heard you say those things. That feels right.
I'm alive. Or just like, I've had better days.
Yeah.
Because that's true.
Yeah.
So, or things have been worse.
Could be worse.
Could be worse. That sounds so dramatic, but like when it's true, it's true. So,
yeah.
Okay, I think with all this being said, I think one of the most powerful things that we can do is become the person who notices when someone's I'm fine doesn't sound fine. Because sometimes people don't need you to fix anything. They just need someone who sees them. Oh, so good.
That's
so
good.
Real.
It's so true. Yeah, because I'm like, there are times where I don't want people to know every single thing, but like I do want to feel seen.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm curious, kind of like in retrospect, were you ever like spending time with somebody and then like you go home later and you're like, they were not fine. Something is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the times I notice it when I'm with them.
Yeah.
But I'm just like too scared to say anything. Because you don't want to be the person that brings up the rough stuff. You don't want to be the person that just
like you kill the vibe.
Kill the vibe.
Yeah.
Such a Debbie Downer. Like, but I think it's better to do that for a minute and the person be like, yeah, I'm not doing the best today, but I don't really want to talk about it. And then you can move on rather than to never say anything and then realize later that they were actually like begging for someone to ask them how they were doing. They were begging for someone to notice because I know I've been there.
Yeah.
Where I'm having a rough time and I'm just like,
you're like, please ask
someone please ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think we have some kind of like social responsibility to like be the people who ask, even if like we don't want to know, but like you just notice that someone's struggling and like you're not close friends or like Do you think that's a social responsibility that we should have to just be like, man, that person's not good. Let me go ask them about it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that more so with certain people in your circle, like if it's a random person, I feel like every now and then we should just like, even if we don't have the time or we don't want to hear it or whatever, you like just be that person for someone because maybe they don't have anyone to listen.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have this social responsibility within certain circles of our life to like be that person for someone and just listen.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because I do think like if we're all only worried about like our deep circle.
Yeah.
Where it's like, these are my two people.
I agree.
Like,
I think that there's a line though and a boundary because again, there are people that unfortunately take advantage of it and will just share every intimate detail about their life every day of their life to you. So my line is that like, yeah, I'll be kind to you once or twice. I'll be kind always, but I'll listen to it.
You'll let it get in depth.
I'll let it get in depth once or twice.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, thank you so much for trusting me with this. I can see that you're really struggling. I am probably not the person to give you advice and counsel on this moving forward. Again, thank you for trusting me with this to share it with. You should probably seek some like professional help or like find a good counselor.
Like, there's a support group for that.
Yeah.
You should go check it out.
Exactly.
I like that though, where you're like you validate. You're like, thank you so much for saying this out loud.
Yeah.
Like,
for trusting me with this information.
Go to those people.
Moving forward, I am probably not the one to give you advice and how to help you move forward. So
that's so good.
Go seek it elsewhere.
Okay. If you need like a word for word, if people are just trauma dumping,
that's it.
That's it. Write it down. That's so good. Mm-hmm. Okay. What is something you wish people understood about the times that you say, I'm fine, everything's good, putting one foot in front of the other?
If I say the phrase, I'm fine, it's not true. Like 99.9% of the time, it is not true. Because if you ask me how I'm doing and I say, oh, I'm doing good, it's because I'm doing good. If I use I'm fine, it's a lie.
Yeah.
Like bottom line, because I'll say like, doing all right, like I will use something else. I'm not going to use I'm fine unless I'm not.
Yeah.
Which sounds so messed up, but that's just how it is.
No, it's like the social practice of it though, where it's just like, this is not the time or the place. Like,
yep.
These people don't care. I should not say this.
Yep.
Yeah. I do think it's kind of like, it's like our quiet rebellion against dishonesty though. And I don't even think we're like paying attention to it. It's just like, well, I can't say I'm good because I'm not feeling good. But I don't want to just like
say I'm doing terrible
and tell you everything that's happening. But like,
I'm
so it's
fine.
like fine feels like a safe place. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm, life's happening. Yeah. It's like become more honest and then be the person who can see through it.
So I think the challenge, like if you're going to take anything away from this episode, work on how you respond to things. Mm-hmm. But also, I think I'm going to take this as a challenge. If anyone ever responds to me with, I'm fine, ask another question. That does not mean they have to spill everything to you, but always ask a secondary question.
Yeah, I like that. Like just as like a general rule, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, like if someone says, oh, I'm doing really good, you can leave that at that.
Or you can say, what's been so good about your life?
Exactly.
Dish.
But if they say, oh, I'm fine, or, it's been one of those days, ask a secondary question.
I love that.
And you can find opportunities after that to opt out if they're going to start talking your ear off for an hour. But just to show someone that you care, like, ask that secondary question.
I think that's amazing.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If you're enjoying LightHearted, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps us reach more people who need a little more light in their lives.
And be sure to follow us over on Instagram and TikTok at LightHearted Pod. And be sure to check out our merch. Every single thing that we've talked about will be linked in the show notes below.
And don't forget to stay lighthearted.